Hi, my name's Illustra and I love WoW housing, learning how to house, and sharing it with you. This is the story of my Draenei home. I've been playing a Draenei shaman, a resto Draenei shaman, since shortly after BC was released. I don't switch mains, so she's been my primary character, and with her I've done almost everything there is to do in WoW, except PvP. Do not ask me to PvP, I hate PvP, and I am very bad at it. But apart from that, I've done pet battles, I've done collecting, I've done bunches of achievements, I even raided at a CE level. I don't raid anymore. When I first started playing her, I used to RP badly. And I would RP about crashing and being snobby about Draenei culture, super surface stuff. That was more than 15 years ago, and I decided that in the same way that I've grown since then, it would make sense for her story to have grown as well. And so we begin here. As you can see, the outside of the house is in a state of disrepair. After the crash, she cobbled together a structure from the remains of the ruin and set off adventuring. Perhaps she was happy to leave this behind. She traveled all over Azeroth and beyond and encountered those of other cultures, and they shared stories and helped her as she did the same. In these travels, she learnt to appreciate races and cultures beyond her own and valued the lessons that they taught her. And she decides to return home, and she discovers a vibrant community filled with many different folk who remind her of those she has met in her travels. She decides that she will make her house a home that welcomes and appreciates the community that she's found. So the outside remains in disrepair because she's been far too focused on fixing up the inside and spending all of her energy there so that her community can find a place where they would want to be. Let's head inside. When you arrive inside, the first thing that greets you is a warm fire. If the night has been cold or it's just been a long day, you can come in, sit down, gather by the fire, and take the chill out. It's a place to sit and be, or chat, whatever you would prefer. The intent for the place is to be recognizably Draenei, but not completely Draenei. We can see the outside architecture reflected inside with some added Draenei touches, such as the pink, but not too pink. From the entryway, we move into the dining room. This is a place where everybody can come and have a meal. There's always food available with delicacies to satisfy a variety of tastes, and it again encourages finding community and a place to belong. The whole captures the grandness of what both Draenei culture and a mix of some other cultures can be. And if you happen to be a small child, or perhaps a gnome, we've also got a place just for you. As we explore the rest of the house, we come upon a large hallway. One of the things that I've loved to do in World of Warcraft is crafting and professions. So this hallway is dedicated to spaces that allow the community to come together and to share their knowledge of crafting. It allows her to share her own expertise and maybe also to bring in a guest instructor or two every so often. One of my favorite parts about this hallway is the classroom. This is actually a recreation with my own twist of a classroom that can be found in one of the buildings in Worlds of Draenei. And one of the things that's special is that each of these desks gives an indication of the personality of the children who are learning there. I like the idea of people coming in and thinking about the stories of these students who are sitting at these desks. My personal stories are that in this first desk, we have our star pupil. She has all of her books with her, she's got her pencil and her eraser in her desk, and everything is just so. On the other side of the classroom, we have our shaman. He's just minding his business, doing shamany things, working out how to summon those elements. And then in the center, we have our student who is always late, very disorganized. You can see here that he doesn't have any books out, just some leftover lunch. And there's a raptor plushie in the side of his drawers that maybe he doesn't want anybody to notice. But he's so absent-minded that he keeps on losing it. You may have noticed in the fishing area that there was a plushie underneath the canoe that was being worked on, when it really probably shouldn't be there. And I imagine that while you might think that he and the star pupil next to him would be sworn enemies, they're actually fast friends, and she makes sure to help keep him on track, help him find his things, and get along in class. On the other side of the hallway, we have what I call our museum. This is intended to represent the treasures that she's collected throughout her tours on Azeroth. One of the neat features here is that you can find one item from every culture that is available in the filters in the decor menu. The banners are the Legion Order Hall class campaigns that I have done to date that could be a Draenei. And finally, we have the Jewelcrafting Area. At the same time that I created this character, I also made her a jewel crafter, which means that she has had both jewel crafting and mining since day dot. I've never changed it. There are far too many old recipes that I have that I would not want to lose. I made this area thinking about her working in it, crushing gems, forging metal as she needs it, and using a specialized machine to create beautiful items. I also imagined that the window that you see in the background is something that as a jewel crafter she has created, and it reflects the skill of her craftsmanship. And that's the story of my Draenei home. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe it inspired you in your own creations. If it did, I'd love to hear about your building journeys. Do the like and subscribe thing if you'd like. Thanks for visiting, and catch you later.